Next is from Ben. Did MJF's tattoo kill AEW? What's up, K100? Before I was interested in zero things in AEW, I was interested in one. What was MJF going to say, and was he going to leave AEW? Once he got the AEW tattoo and revealed he had signed for multiple years, I stopped watching altogether. Was this a turning point in interest in the AEW product, or am I just disappointed in MJF?
You want me to answer that first?
Go ahead.
I think the AEW product's been substandard for many years. I just think MJF, since that tattoo thing, for whatever reason, he's become very disinteresting. All his angles, the one with Daniel Garcia that was never finished, the one with Adam Cole, when he came back against Adam Cole, like he's done nothing in the last year that I've really been interested in, which is hard to say because he's one of my favorite characters.
I'm going to hit you something, probably hit the nail right in the head here. Okay.
Right.
Is that I think, okay, when MJF was running his mouth about the big thing, like everybody thought he was going to go to a WWE,
Right.
Bro, a lot of people were hoping for him to go to a WWE. Okay.
Right.
I think Tony just signed him just so he wouldn't go to WWE and didn't really have anything planned for the guy going forward, which is kind of like what it looks like.
That's bad booking, bro. That's
right.
bad.
So
bad manager. That's bad. All your top
you should have just let the guy go then.
He's been there for 5 years. Right. If you don't understand this by now, then 5 years is a long time. So this is for like promoters. All your top guys need to be taken care of, and they need to know where they're going. Okay, right. You have to give them that respect. Because I remember one time when we were in WWE, and I love Jeff to death, but low key was supposed to wrestle, I believe, John Morrison, right?
You mean TNA you're talking about?
TNA. What did I say?
At WWE, I think.
I'm sorry. Good. Yeah, TNA. And so Alberto Del Rio came in, and Jeff thought that was a better matchup, which it probably was, right? But they'd already started an angle with Low Key and John Morrison, and then Low Key, he can get very rambunctious, okay? And Low Key was going, what are going to do with me now? He doesn't even tell me anything. He just says that I'm not going to be wrestling him, and I've been waiting to wrestle and blah, blah, blah. So I go to Jeff Jarrett and I go, bro, what's the deal with Low Key? And he goes, what's the deal about what? And I go, well, he was supposed to fight John Morrison. Now he's fighting Alberto Del Rio. And I go, what would you suggest I do? Let him fight Morrison, then later he can do Alberto Del Rio. And then he goes, nope, I already made up my mind. I go, all right, well, what plans you got for him? I have no plans right now for him. And I go, and so then, I go to Low Key, and he goes, what'd he tell you? And I go, I hate to tell you this, bro, but he says he has no plans, and I believe he quit right there.
Really?
So you should always have plans for all your top guys. Always keep them happy, and always tell them where you're going next.
All right, so next is from Brad Zawacki, our boy from Grit Baseball. Good day, K100 team. I have a question about ratings. I'm curious as to accuracy of how many viewers watch a particular show, including wrestling. Seems the younger audience watches wrestling clips on social media, while old heads like me watch on cable or satellite. Seems the Nielsen ratings could be just one part of analyzing the number of viewers. Do y'all think ratings needs to be revamped to include numbers from social media and other forms of media viewing? Thank you, Brad in Atlanta. No, not really, because, dude, it's like what we do have is we have basic numbers. Okay, they're very verifiable. Okay, you got the Nielsen ratings for cable, or for the shows that are cable. We have streaming numbers from Netflix. We're having trouble getting numbers from HBO Max. Okay, and we also have social media views, YouTube and stuff. You have all these views, and we have two companies we can judge against one or the other that are doing well in attendance and viewership, and one doing poorly in attendance and viewership. So it's pretty clear. Like, the numbers are kind of like pretty basic to understand. One company is drawing twice as 2 to 5 times as many people on TV, and on actually 3 times as many people on cable and streaming, and about 5 to 7 times as many people on their social media. And they're selling out, and the other company is doing like 25 to 30% capacity. And this because you don't really have to we don't need to see the numbers, because in professional wrestling you don't need exact viewership. You just need to put on good programming that gets buzz, it gets more people to watch each week, which increases your live show attendance, which is the model that the WWE is doing now, and they're getting good live show attendance. We don't even, and one company is doing poor numbers, and they're getting poor live show attendance. And that's been the model of professional wrestling since its inception. on television. The television show is used as an avenue to draw fans to your live shows. The WWE is doing that, and AEW is not. So it's like and you look at the numbers. The basic numbers tell the story. You don't really have to do a deep dive. There's no reason to. But plus two, this is what people don't realize. Okay, all the there's such dishonesty in the dirt sheet narrative every week. Because bro, they love the tribalism of posting the numbers, seeing what everybody comments on them. Dave comments on them, Alvarez, everybody comments on them. But the problem is, okay, professional wrestling, okay, the model has been used, like I said, try to gain viewers to draw people to live shows, right? Now, both of these companies are tied into deals for the next one company for 3 years, one company for 5 years. AEW is going to be getting $1.5 billion or so, whatever. No, $555 million for the next 3 years. That's done. That money, you can write the checks. That's a deal that's been made. So that number is irrelevant now. Okay, the WWE is tied into a deal for 5 years. Those numbers are irrelevant. They're getting that income no matter what every single year for going forward. What matters is how are you generating revenue now? How are you doing your programming good enough to where you're drawing people to your live shows, drawing more people to buy the subscriptions on Netflix, and drawing more people to buy your pay-per-views at AEW? That's all that matters right now. So that's the gauge of what you go by is now how are they producing revenue going forward, because you've got your fixed revenue in. You've got your money. That's nothing. You're not going to lose any of that. You're not going to, the numbers don't even matter. What matters is the rest of the revenue you make going forward based on your viewership and the content you're providing on TV. And nobody really talks about that, but that's the gist of it. It's how are you going to be doing, how are you going to, how much revenue, AEW is not generating any revenue right now. They're not doing good numbers, and they're not drawing people to their live events, and their pay-per-views are down by 10 to 20% from the previous years. So it's that's how you judge AEW. You don't not sit to say, well, they've got a TV deal. Okay, that's fixed income going forward. What are you doing to generate revenue? It's this. Nobody really talks about that. So I don't know. What do you think about what I just said, Konnan?
Well, at the end of the day, they still got more money than anybody besides WWE. That they don't know what they're doing is a whole different thing. Like I've always said, just because you have money doesn't mean you know what you're doing. Yeah, I doubt they're. But he's got advantages. He's a billionaire, bro. He's in the 1-2% of the United States, and you've got advantages.
0.1%.
Okay, 1.1%.
0.001%. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So he's got advantages that normal people don't have. Right. So he's got advantages Kurt Bauer doesn't have. He's got advantages Billy Corrigan doesn't have. Who knows if he went in there and was paying for his own TV time? We don't know, right?
Right.
But I'll tell you what, bro. So Joe or Disco, have you ever in your whole life or know somebody that's been surveyed by Nielsen?
That has a Nielsen home? Yeah, I actually knew a person that was a Nielsen home, but just one person.
All right.
But this is back in the day. It's
I got an email once and almost signed up, but it was very complex. It just wasn't worth it, dude. But people can access it. I don't know anyone else, but I've almost done.
All right. Well, I've never been surveyed by Nielsen, and I find anything that I don't know who's in charge of it susceptible for everything from corruption to manipulation. Almost like, how do you know people don't pay to be on TV like they did with radio with Payola? That's one.
YouTube views.
The other thing is, YouTube views. You can buy Twitter followers, right?
Yes.
All right. So I'll give you another example, bro. And I actually believed this, and then I felt like remember when they were saying the whole last year, and I do mean the whole year, Kamala Harris and Trump are neck and neck, 49%, 50 to 49%, and bro, he completely blew her away.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't trust Nielsen. I don't trust whatever comes after Nielsen. I don't trust none of that.
Right, because all those numbers are all they are fodder for people on the internet to argue about when they come out.
Bro,
the bottom line is revenue.
Let me give you a quick example. Yeah, bro, the fans tell every right. If it's an empty stadium, if it's an empty arena, how much money could they be making? But here's the other thing I want to tell you. So the other day I was watching this documentary. Remember that game, the McDonald Millions?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Monopoly. Yeah.
The Monopoly Million thing, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so they had this guy that was like in charge of the security of it, and he went in there and he found out where the winning tickets were, and he was selling them to people, and he made a lot of money. And this scam went on for a while till McDonald's found out, and they were super because the guy that was in charge of the security of these things was ripping them off and making money with other people. Mm-hmm. So as long, when you put the human factor into anything, they're, like I said, they're susceptible to corruption, to greed, to, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't trust.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.